Hi, it's Gadget UK here again. Something completely different again. Sorry, it's not retro. Canon MP510 sort of combined scanner, printer, copier type thing. It's you know, an inkjet printer. This the black is not working. It's just no black at all. Tried putting some isopropyl into the heads. You can't see them. Obviously, just the well inside there. Into the black ink well, you know, to try and get some isopropyl to go through the ink. Section there, it's not worked, still doesn't do anything. So I'm going to need to strip this down. It needs cleaning anyway, all the rollers and things need doing, and you know, it's several years old this, so I mean, it might be beyond, I don't know, we'll soon see. You'll need to get inside this. I need to clean it up first because there's quite a lot of dust and stuff on the exterior, so I'm going to vac that off, and then I'll turn it upside down, work out how to get in it. Right, well, a few words that just summarise this so far piece of shit. I mean, it really is. I mean, you know, you've got to clip bits of plastic off. Managed to break a bit there. Not sure where that's come from, off something. But you've got to move the corner pieces off first. You know, this is the front of the thing here, as you see it now, and you've got to move this piece off. And in order to do that, you've got to remove this. And then on the other side you've got to get this piece out, otherwise you can't get to the screws, and then it's all just clips. You know, you've got to push these little plastic clips, and you can see there's one there, so you've got to push a screwdriver in there in order that that piece then comes out. In fact, it's gone back in now. I need to push a screwdriver in there to get this piece off, and then we should be in it. Right, this is about 15-20 minutes later. Managed to get it stripped right down now. I've had to connect this up this way because obviously the screen and these controls are used to power the thing on, so I've just powered it on, got the heads to move across in order they can get access to this down here to give this a good cleaning out. Might have to try and disassemble this, get these sponges and things out. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how I'm going to get to the underneath of the assembly here either. It might be sufficient just to clean this whole area up, and I might be able to might make a difference, because I think these are like the purge / cleaning heads and things, and how clean this area here is going to dictate whether we get whether it manages to actually clean the heads efficiently or not. So we'll have a go at that. Right, well, I've cleaned up the inkwell bit here. You know, not really the inkwell, but the purge thing. You can see the actual pipes there for the two pumps. Must be one for the colour, one for the black. It's possible that the black pumps died or something, but I think we'll probably give an error code if that was the case. So the other thing I've just done is take the heads out, and as you can see, the head assembly there is absolutely disgusting, so I'm going to clean that as well. So I've spent about an hour cleaning all the stuff and just basically reassembled the top part of this. I had some problems with the ribbons there, I'll explain in a minute. It was giving me a 5010 error, which was something to do with the scanner. I think I've resolved that now, so I'm just doing a clean and we'll just do a test, see if anything comes out. I'm fully expecting it won't, to be honest, because nothing's ever that straightforward, is it? I suspect it probably needs a new print head, or the purge pump is knackered. It's going to be one of the two. I really haven't got the patience to go beyond and strip it down further and see if I can work out the pump and try and order a spare pump. I mean, these things, they're just not worth it at the end of the day. I just thought I'd just have a quick stab at this, really, just to see if cleaning would be sufficient. So we'll see what happens. So what I ended up doing, I took the printhead off, cleaned it all out, soaked it in the sink, you know, to no avail really. That made no difference. So I've ordered a brand new printhead. May well be a refurbished one, I don't know. You never know with these sellers. They describe them as new, and sometimes they're refurbished. But I thought we'll give this a try, and hopefully this might solve the problem. Oh yes, there we go. Fixed. So it was the printhead. This, you know, I don't know whether I mentioned earlier on with this, but what had happened is it was the really humid weather we had here, and it was ridiculous. It was ridiculously hot, and it was that evening where we tried to print. So it was like the middle of that week. So it'd been humid every single day, and the black print tank was empty, but the cartridge you know, as far as the printer was concerned, it wasn't empty. So I think what had happened is, you know, the ink that was in there, the remaining bit of ink that evaporated, the cartridge didn't realise it was completely empty, presumably because it keeps track of a page count or something rather than an actual sensor in there to detect whether the ink well's still got ink in it. And as a result, the black head, must have overheated through having no ink in there when it's trying to oscillate or whatever it is, how that works. I think like bubble jets, aren't they? I think, isn't it, use a like crystal or something to actually oscillate the ink out. You know. Anyway, I'm really pleased with that. One of the things I will say about this printer is, I mean, I did describe it as a piece of shit when I took it to pieces, but as you can see, it went back together perfectly. You know, there's little clips. There were about 4 or 5 little clips that I broke off, and they came off. This piece of silver plastic here, it's got like little hooks that hook into the thing, and this whole thing, this silver piece here, slides off so you don't damage the hooks. And didn't realise that, obviously, because I didn't have the service manual at the time, but I managed to glue all those back on, and it slides back in without a problem, and they're all still attached. So I managed to get it back together in exactly the same way it came apart, without any damage, bends, you know, marks, anything really. It's perfect. And in retrospect, like I say, I got the service manual afterwards, and you can see this. See that little clip there? This is where you start. Obviously unscrew the screws you can see around the case to start with, but there's a little clip there, and you just push that in, and you can actually pull this piece of plastic out, and then you can edge this piece off, and there's a screw under here, and it's the same on this side. There's a little just up there, there's another one of those little plastic clips, and you push it in, and you can pull this little piece of the fascia off, and it's the same thing, a screw. And then it's like I say, just work your way around it, you know, start pulling these little clips and pushing these clips and things down. Once you've undone all the screws, and the sides will just come off, and then the top part comes off. You can disconnect the ribbons, and you know, it's pretty straightforward. I didn't go beyond that in terms of stripping down to get to the underneath where the purge unit is, because I'm sure somewhere in there there's going to be a plastic tank that holds the ink, you know, from where it's sucked it through the purge pumps and stuff. And ultimately, that's going to build up. I wonder if there's a sensor in there to say when that's full, and you know, the printer might then say it's reached its end of life, etc., etc. I've got no idea. So at some point in the future, I might need to do that. But the main thing for the moment now, like I say, it solved my problem. That's great. A bit frustrating that I couldn't, you know, just manage to clean it out. But I do think the high humidity there caused that. So a bit of a, you know, I guess it's interesting that if you've got a, you know, an inkjet printer like this, and you want it to print and the weather's been really, really, really humid, just do yourself a favour and just check your ink tanks, you know, before you start trying to do, you know, a large print run or something, just to make sure you've got enough ink in there, because it can, as you've, you know, seen in this scenario here, you know, evaporate. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you found that interesting. I'll see you soon.